remember when they wheeled him in the room, just being struck by how pale the body was. It is the most horrific thing to ever go through. I didn't know it was my son until they pulled his wallet out of his pants to notify family when I saw his name. I left home at 15 and had a lot of years of just running, and my marriage unraveled and everything just unraveled. My way of dealing with my pain was to drink primarily. And as my life really just started to become more and more broken, eventually by age 29, everything really just hit a wall. And my drinking had become really severe. And I didn't really even know that God could speak to you, but I really felt him say to me, if you don't quit drinking, you'll be dead in 6 months. It was a very clear voice to me. And I looked at my little boys on their bikes, and my prayer really wasn't much of a prayer. I said, okay, you need to help me. And I remember feeling, I was riding home that night. It took a while to get home. And I remember the van that I was driving just being filled with this really beautiful peace, and a joy. And my life had not known peace and joy. My older son, Spencer, he was murdered in 2002. And I was a nurse on duty when they brought him into the emergency room. Literally everything familiar is wiped away from your life. And you know that immediately. You know that nothing is ever going to be the same. Nobody can fit in that place with you. They just can't. And only Jesus can. Not only can he go in that place with you, but he's already been in that place. And I knew, because I knew who God was, I knew he was there. I knew he was there with my son. I knew he was there with me. I knew that this was something that he had ordained. I didn't understand it any better because of that, but there were some things I knew. And I knew who he was, most importantly. I knew he was unchanging. I knew that God is love, no matter what your life looks like and your circumstances. And not just that, just his faithfulness to walk through everything in this life, because he knows it's hard, and how faithful he is, not just to be with us, but to direct us, to lead us, to turn us, to do more than just help us survive. So much more than just survival.
I had so much anger in me, and I wanted to take it out on the people that murdered my brother. And I remember one night I was at a party, and I saw like a friend of one of the kids who, was involved in the murder. And I just had so much anger. I said, well, I'm just going to take it out on this innocent kid here. And I just started beating him up. And my friends at the time pulled me off of him, and I blacked out, and I don't even really remember that night. My friends we all go back to my friend's house, and I said, I'm going home. And I went to my brother's grave, and I remember just falling asleep, or first though, just crying out to God, and just, I was hitting the ground. I was crying and just asking, why would you do this to me and my family?
I could only imagine his anger and his brokenness over losing his brother, his best friend, and so much of his life. It was really hard, and I had to realize my ineptitude at being able to fix his pain, and releasing it to God. My prayers were really lame for a long time. It was just, help me, Jesus, help Miles, help Jake, and I couldn't articulate much more than that. It was like, it was not a big thing to God to get a hold of him, and then him meeting Aaron, and, I could begin to sense that transformation. And I really began to also really sense from God, like him just saying, I got this, I know your boy a lot better than you do, and I got this. I grew up in a family that blew up because of a death of a child. My dad, that was when his answer was alcohol. My mom literally became mentally ill to the point of hallucinating and really just withdrawing and being gone from us. And so the outcome was so far from what I knew growing up in a home that had no anchor, that had no rock, that had no Jesus, when my brother was lost. And so that was one of the things I guess I didn't even realize when I wrote the book, but to show that incredible contrast of what happens, to a family when you don't have Jesus and when you do.